This pie takes roughly 8 days to make. This is fun. We'll be eating by the weekend. Cool.
I get up when you get down to this. Keep cool, but still get loud to this. When it drops, just can't deny. The mic turned off, but I'm amplified. So if you wanna ride.
Today you will need 2 cups of graham cracker crumbs, 3 ounces of oil, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of light brown sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 3 ounces of bittersweet chocolate, 6 ounces of semisweet chocolate, 2 ounces of milk chocolate, 4 tablespoons of butter, 15 ounces or 1 can of pumpkin, 12 ounces or 1 can of evaporated milk, 3/4 of a cup of light brown sugar, 3 eggs, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1½ teaspoons of salt, 3/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 3/4 of a teaspoon of ginger, 1/8 of a teaspoon of clove. So to begin, I'm gonna make my crust. I have my graham cracker crumbs. I'm gonna add my 1 tablespoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of light brown sugar, and my cinnamon, and give these whisk together. Then I'm gonna add my oil. And just mix this until everything is moist. And you can put it into your pie dish and just kind of flatten it right in. If it seems like a little bit too much, just take some out. So we're gonna put our crust into our 325-degree oven and just let it bake for about 10 minutes just to let it firm up so that it stays together nicely. While our crust is baking, I'm gonna take my bittersweet chocolate and I wanna melt it in the microwave. You always wanna melt chocolate in the microwave in 30-second intervals to make sure that it doesn't burn. Once it's entirely smooth, nice and smooth, set it aside, and when our crust comes out, we're gonna put it into our crust. Meanwhile, I'm gonna grab a large bowl, and into this I'm gonna make my filling. So I'm gonna add my pumpkin, my evaporated milk, brown sugar, and my spices, cornstarch, and salt. And then set this aside. When your pie crust comes out, we're gonna take our melted chocolate and we're gonna coat the inside with it. Pour it right in. And just spread it out a little bit, just to coat the bottom. Now we can take our filling and pour it right over that. This is gonna go into our 325-degree oven and it's gonna bake for about an hour until it's firm but a little bit wobbly in the center still. Okay, here we go. Whoa. Oh my God, it's so full. Okay. And meanwhile, we can get our other chocolates ready. For our semi-sweet chocolate, what? Oops. Whatever. I'm gonna set up a double boiler. Into my metal bowl, I'm gonna put my chocolate along with my butter. So when your pie comes out of the oven, it's gonna look like this. So around the edges, it's pretty puffed up right now, and it's gonna go down. And then if you shake it, it still jiggles a little bit, but when you touch it, nothing comes off in your fingers. Now we're gonna let this cool at room temperature, and we can top it with our chocolate. So once your pie is room temperature, take your melted chocolate and pour it right over the top. And then use an offset spatula just to spread it right evenly over. I'm gonna take my milk chocolate and melt it in the microwave. And you can either take it and just drizzle it over with a spatula, or you can fill a piping bag to make it a little more neat. Just cut a very teeny hole and then just drizzle it right over. And then you're all set. Not drop this. So we're gonna put this into our refrigerator and just let it cool until the chocolate is totally hardened and the bottom is completely cold. Thanks a lot for baking with me today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week.